Right now at 11 in Dino County, homes buried in mud, washed out, and dozens of cars are stuck. And we're getting a new look at that mess in Glen Oak this morning. This is from News Chopper 4. Heavy rains yesterday triggered a mudslide that covered roads and surrounded homes. And as you can imagine, the cleanup here is just getting started. Let's get right up to Julia Ding in News Chopper 4. She is over Forest Falls, which is yet another problem area.
Image assessment now well away in Forest Falls, where you can see mud and debris continue flowing downhill. Looking at a spot on Valley Falls Drive. This is going to be just east of where Highway 38 remains closed today. And you can see these vehicles stranded, parked alongside Valley of the Falls Drive. If you follow the camera uphill from here toward the west, you can make out where communities, where homes had been impacted by much of this mud flow, this debris flow. CAL FIRE and County Fire Department assessment team are now scoping out the damage and figuring out where critical infrastructure needs to be addressed. We have heard reports of power lines down close to homes, but so far no reports of any injuries or people missing. We're in News Chopper 4. Back to you.
Julia Ding, thank you. Let's get a closer look at the mess from the ground now. Drivers were stranded on State Route 38 for hours. NBC4's Guadalupe is near Glen Oak, where the road is covered in mud.
Hi, this is Highway 38 near Oak Glen, one of the mudslides, one of the many that we can now see with chopper images. And you can see what are mountains of mud with giant rocks, pieces of trees, branches, vegetation. And this is what came off the side of the mountain. We've been hearing from some of the witnesses, some of the individuals that were stuck on the road overnight. NBC4 speaking to a couple who said they had been stuck all day and into the evening.
We finally to a point where like 11 other cars, we all kind of like had to pull off to this high point between two mudslides.
They are back at home. The official report from CAL FIRE and Caltrans had 6 to 7 vehicles stuck overnight, and 10 different people in those vehicles. We damaged communities close to us. There's another community, Forest Falls, where they also have damage to the power lines there. We weren't able to make our way through because of the damage to those power lines earlier today. We've seen some vehicles make their way up and down the road as these are now assessing the damage. We know that crews were going to make their way out today to assess the damage on Highway 38, the damage you're seeing here. For the road, where the witnesses we spoke to told us that they not only saw the mudslide that covered the road, but it appeared that part of the road itself might have been washed off. So all of those assessed by CAL FIRE, other 80s, and also many residents stuck that were not able to make their way to these communities. All of them waiting for news today to see when they'll be able to back. And so for those that were affected, the homes we've seen in those images, they're also waiting for an assessment to be made to learn what the damage has been to those structures. That has been the scene today here near Oak Glen. Reporting for NBC4, Guad Venegas. Back to you.
Guad, thank you. Right now, the sky's looking much clearer today. Meteorologist Alondra Anaya is tracking some rain totals for us in your first alert forecast.
Right, and they were pretty impressive for the San Bernardino County mountains, and all of it started around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where those pop-up storms really started to drop heavy rainfall. We were watching points where the rain was falling at about an hour, and that's where it could those of total. Specific Forest Falls, close or a little above 2 inches of rain. Bear Lake, similar numbers. Cedar Glen, we were watching a total of a little bit more than 1.5 inches. We were watching in the past 24 hours, those pop-up storms really started to go into not only San Bernardino County, but also areas in Riverside County. They started to move north, impacting our mountain areas. But for now, what we're watching is clear skies across Southern California, Some clouds this morning, but this afternoon we can expect more sunshine across most of Southern California. And in San Bernardino specifically, we're reaching temperatures in the mid-80s. It will still feel muggy outside, but we're going to talk a little bit more about what we can expect for this weekend in just a few minutes. Kathy.
Alondra, thank you. Turning now to breaking news in South Pasadena, a car crashed into a home and flipped on its roof. News Chopper 4 was over that home on Orange Grove Avenue just after 9 this morning. That crash so violent that pieces of the car scattered across the driveway. Surrounding streets are blocked off right now as they continue the investigation. We're still working to find out exactly what happened to the driver and if anyone inside the house was injured. All U.S. tour dates for singer David, as well as his deluxe album, have been scrapped. It comes as police search his home for clues on what happened to 15-year-old Celeste Hernandez. Celeste was last seen by her family in Elsinore 1 year ago. Her body was discovered in the front of Tesla at Hollywood Tow last week. David had 2 shows left on his tour, tonight in San Francisco and he had also a performance set at the Grammy Museum next Wednesday. Now know those events will not be happening. It's a decision that affects everything from tourism to 2028 Olympics. LA city leaders will vote today on whether to move forward with a plan to modernize and expand the downtown convention center. Coalition of labor, business and members gathered outside City Hall 3 hours ago to push for a yes vote. Mayor Bass says the project is essential to keeping the city competitive.
This is not just about a convention center. This is about making Los Angeles stronger, more competitive, more vibrant. A revitalized downtown is key to the LA economy to prepare us to welcome the Olympics in 2028.
Opponents worry the nearly $3 billion project won't be finished in time for the Olympics. Others are questioning whether such a costly expansion could divert money away from city services. All right, now a look at today's City Council meeting where we are expecting that vote. The convention center hasn't undergone a major renovation since 1997. And what seems to be a coincidence is a fire outside convention center this morning. It looks worse than it was. The flames were contained to some large trash cans. The convention center itself wasn't damaged. Firefighters quickly put out the flames. Well, an all-time great will make his last season start at Dodger Stadium. Fans news Clayton Kershaw is retiring at the end of the year. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is at Dodger Stadium with reaction.
18 seasons, Clayton Kershaw started his career and is finishing his career with the Dodgers. To the mound tonight, his final time this season, and a lot of people talked would say it's bittersweet.
I think it's bittersweet for all the fans for 18 years, 18 seasons he's been on, and he's had a great career, and we have had so much fun just watching him grow.
I'm sad, but hey, he's had a great career, and I hope we win